welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name's Lisa. Hola. She said hola, ¿cómo está? She said konnichiwa. Today I'm gonna be doing a Self Destruct TBR. I'm not doing an extra list on top of my normal TBR. I'm working my Self Destruct into my new TBR game, and it's my TBRs are hopefully not gonna be crazy next year. So I'm doing this to try and organise myself, guys. I'm trying to be organised. These are 12 books that have been on my shelves that initially I was interested in, but the more I look at them, the more I'm like not sort of drawn to them, and I don't just want to totally get rid of them. So I'm doing the Self Destruct. So the first person I saw doing this was Becca from Becca and the Books. I think this was originally created by her. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but for now I'm going to tag Becca and Books in the description as the original creator of this. She is the first person I saw doing something like this, so don't shoot me if I'm wrong. The first book that I need to read is going to be, wow, that's bright because it's a shiny cover. It's Keepers of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. This is a middle grade. This was one of the middle grade monthly picks that I never got around to reading when everyone else did, and then I got put off reading it because when it comes to middle grades, I generally have quite similar tastes to Jade from Jade Reads, and she didn't particularly like this. It's worried me and put me off reading it, but I kept it. This, if I don't read this by this time next year, when I react to this video, it will be going in the unhaul pile. Next, we have Beasts of Prey by Anna Gray. This was a fairy little book. It was one of the boxes where they had a second book. It is a signed edition. It is, I think the cover is an exclusive cover. But, again, this one, obviously I didn't buy this myself. This came as a next gen fairy little book. But when I read it, I was like, oh, this sounds good. If you know, if you've watched any of my lives recently, I have mentioned that I am sort of not moving away from YA, but it tends to be the YA that Fairyloot are bringing out is really not interested in me anymore, in general. And I feel like for the next couple of months, the next month reveal and the month after spoiler theory, just looking at them, I'm feeling like I'm going to skip them. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm skipping more than keeping. I'm probably just going to cancel my Fairyloot, but this is a totally different thing. This needs to get read next year, otherwise it's getting put on the haul pile. Next up, we have The Immortal Rules, which is a Blood of Eden novel by Julie Kagawa. I think this is some of her earlier work. Yeah, 2012. 2012, bloody hell. I was gifted this. One of my friends was unhauling a couple of books, and I was like, vampires? Yes. Vampire, it's spooky. There's this one, and then there's, I think it's duology, it's The Eternal, I think the other one's called. But yeah, next up we have Age of Assassins by R.J. Barker. We all know the debacle that I had trying to read The Bone Ships. Is it The Bone Ship? I feel like it's called The Bone Ship, but it's that bad I forgot what it was. When I saw that R.J. Barker did high fantasy, and you know there was the book about bone ships, and I was like, oh my god, this is so exciting. But reading his book bored me to tears. I didn't even get to 100 pages and DNF'd it, and it's now unhauled. One of the reasons I don't want to unhaul this is because Liam gifted this to me. I can't keep books just because they were gifted. Because as you're also well aware, if you watch me, and this isn't your first time watching me, that my collection is growing a lot. I need to be more picky about what books I keep, and I can't just keep a book that's I'm not interested in. Hopefully, if his writing's different in this, and I like this, then I will get the rest of the series and I can keep it. But yeah. Next we have uploaded by, who is it from? Ferret Steinmetz. This was a book that came in the, it's not how novel, what is it? It is a box of stories. That's it, a box of stories. I did get a box of stories for a few months, and there was sci-fi fantasy box that I got. Okay, I think I got a total of like 4 boxes, and I think I've kept maybe 3 or 4 of the books, and in each box I got 3 books, so I've unhauled like 12 of them already. Kept it because I want to get into sci-fi, and this is sci-fi, and I was like, ooh, this actually sounds quite interesting. It's about, it says, in the near future the elderly have moved online and their consciousnesses now live within the computer network, but that hasn't stopped them interfering in the lives of the living, whose sole real purpose now is to maintain the vast servers which support the new digital version of heaven. For one young orphan, that just isn't enough. He wants more for himself and his sister than a miserable life slaving away for the dead. It turns out that he's not the only one who wants to reset the world. It's Wranglestone. This might be one that I love. Again, I had it on my wish list. I was like, yay. This is great. This is great. I'm gonna love it. And then haven't touched it. So this was also gifted by Liam. I am not just unhauling Liam gifted books. Boy Who Steals Houses by C.J. Drews. This is a contemporary. Betrayed and abused by everyone who should have taken care of him, Sam and his brother are lost souls. They have wild and hopeless precious dreams to make a home for themselves. Then Sam meets a girl whose laugh is a burst of stardust, but betrayed people have the hardest face, and Sam has a secret that's about to catch up with him. Again, I don't know why I don't know why I ever picked this one up. I'm just baffled. This definitely isn't. This was when I was going through my phase of I'm gonna try new things. I'm not holding up high hopes for this, but we'll see. Next up we have Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. I picked it up like 3 or 4 times to try and read it, and it's just put it back down every time. I put it on like 2 or 3 TBRs, never touched it, so we'll see. There's not much more to say about these. Next we have Heartless by Marissa Mayer. I have had this on my TBR since before I even started Booktube. I think I got this just after it came out in paperback. This came out in 2016. It's been on my shelves, languishing around, just waiting to be read. And I might like it. It seems like something I would like. It's a retelling. But again, it's just one that I continuously overlook, and I need to be realistic with myself. As I'm continuously overlooking a book, am I really that interested in it? Them's is the thoughts and feelings and ponderances on that one. Next we have Belle Revolt. This was, ooh, look how floppy it is. This was sent to me by Catherine because she was unhauling it, and this is an arc that came in a fairy loot, I think. At the time when I read the back, I was like, yes, this sounds like something I would like, but I still haven't picked it up. I'm hoping that this pushes me to pick things up, but we'll see. We'll see. Next we have Empress of a Thousand Skies. This was one of the old fairy loot books. Don't ask me why I've put this in this way. I'm an idiot. But this is when Fairy Loot first started, before they did any of the special edition and things that they do now. No sprayed edges, no stenciled edges, no nothing. It was just a sign book plate. This was one of the first Fairy Loot books from the very first. This is one of the first Fairy Loot books that came in a box, and it's another one that's I keep looking at thinking, that sounds like my kind of thing. I'm going to enjoy it, leave it on the shelf. And you know, when was this out? 2017. I mean, 2017, Lisa, what are you doing with yourself? And finally, we have Stormcrow by Kaylin Josephson. This was another one. There was a Fairy Loot arc, and I've not put this on here because I don't think I'm gonna like it. I've put this on here to push myself to read it, and I feel like hopefully I'll be pushed to read these. I will at least be attempting to read each one of these, and I will tell you for why. So, my TBR game next year, I'll be doing 5 rolls. One of them will be my 12 book 12 prompts pick. 3 of them are going to be just general rolls with prompts fitting a genre. And then one of them is going to be a dice roll, and I'll be picking a book off my Self Destruct TBR. That's how I set my TBR game for next year, so it doesn't give me too much to do. Well, we're gonna hopefully, fingers crossed, it works. I'm hoping I do like all of these, I really am, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you do like my videos or would like to see more from me, please like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And if you don't want to comment anything, but you want to let me know that you're here, then you can please leave a black heart. It'd be very much appreciated. I will, as always, leave the Google form links down below where you can recommend a book that you think I would like to read, and I will do a dedicated review on that on my channel. As of next year, I am going to try my very best to stick to 3 uploads a week and be more consistent with my uploads and plan more. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. But thank you very much for watching. Enjoy your festive season, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye. Cold and